We rolling.
What up, and welcome to another episode of the iBall podcast. I'm your host, Derek Williams, also known as D-Will, the coach, and I'm back with a brand new episode. Flying solo tonight, but it's all good. My guy is in the building with me, though, Christian Brooks, Modern Day TV. Coach Chill Will is out tonight, man, but y'all know we couldn't miss this week. Why? Why do y'all ask? And y'all already know why, man, because last week we dropped the first edition of the iBall with Terry Drake lottery rankings for the class of 2023. And man, listen, I know y'all follow me by now, so I only gotta ask that question. But give me the feedback. Was the way we dropped our lottery rankings not fire or what? We had everybody on the edge of their seat all day long, waiting on each number to drop to see who fell where, man. And that's right, man. I know y'all seen them by now, but we're going to go over them, man. I know me and Terry Drake got a chance to jump on Instagram Live last week, man. Hopefully y'all were able to catch that on the Instagram Live, but we got a chance to break it down, talk about the guys a little bit. But the coolest thing about our Instagram Live, man, we had John Broome on with us. We were able to announce, and RJ was going to come on with us, but he was in the gym, he was driving, couldn't get on. But man, for us to have John Broome on, the number 2 player in this edition of the lottery rankings, man, was real cool to have him on, man. So hopefully y'all like that drop, man. We're going to do all our drops in the same format. Somewhat, we might give y'all a little curveball out every now and again, but don't worry, 24 is on the way. The class of 2024 is on the way. 2025, we got y'all coming also, and 2026, you know it. Hey, listen, we're not ranking you guys because I don't even know half of y'all, but I will tell you this. We will get on a watch list. So if you want to be on the watch list for the class of 2026, send in your film, send in your tape, send us your name and your information so you can jump on our radar and we can put you on the watch list for the class of 2026. We're not putting a lot of names on there. Listen, we already know a lot of the names. We got some slots available. So if it's somebody we don't know and we need to be put on, put us on right now. Because a lot of those guys that came to the iBall with Terry Drake Elite Skills Camp, they're on the list. A lot of those guys came to camp and showed and proved just back on August 6th, man. So, with that being said, man, let's jump right into this episode. Understand this. We will be dropping. All right, let me give it to you this way. All right, iBall with Terry Drake lottery rankings, right? Why do we call them the lottery rankings? Because I say it all the time on this platform. The lottery is the number 1 ranking in the world for a basketball player. You want to be in the lottery if you're a basketball player. What does that mean? You one of the top 14 picks in the NBA draft. What does that mean? You getting that bag. All right? That's what it boils down to. Okay? So, with that being said, we just dropped our 14. We just do a lottery rankings. We're going to talk about these are the guys we think are the top 14 players in the state of Alabama as of right now. We hadn't even gotten into the season. So, as the season goes along, we drop different editions of the lottery rankings. Some of these numbers might change. Some of them might not. It might come out the same. You never know. Right? However, with that being said, understand that this is this editions of the lottery rankings, right? So, we will be coming with 24. We will be coming with 25. And like I said, 26 will have a watch list. Jump on the radar. But man, I want to go through it real quick. We're going to start from 14. We're going to start from the bottom. We're going to work our way all the way to the top, man. All the way to the number 1 slot. We're going to talk about it. And the cool thing about this is, man, the drop idea came just out of nowhere. We spitballing ideas. How can we hit y'all with something different to draw people in, to get them to see it, all of that. The marketing meeting, you know what I'm saying? And we came up with this, and I think it's pretty dope. I know for a fact it's never been done before. I haven't seen anybody go about their rankings in this format. I know for a fact that nobody does the lottery rankings thinking about it and giving you the concept that we give it. So those are a couple of things that are original to iBall and iBall with Terry Drake basketball. So we can hang our hat on that. So anybody coming behind us and y'all see them doing it, y'all know who did it first. You know what I'm saying? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. So, you know what I'm saying? Flattery. Thank you. Appreciate it. But man, we're gonna run through these lottery rankings, man, because let's just keep it real. There was a lot of controversy about it. Not as much as I figured it was gonna be, You know what I mean? Not as much as I thought it was going to be. So I guess we got him somewhat right. Listen, in my opinion, I think we got him right. It was a lot of debate over a lot of guys, a lot of numbers that we went through. Which Coach Chill Will was here, and we could talk about it, but it was a lot of debate for a lot of guys and a lot of numbers, right? And these are the composites that we came up with. But man, we're going to start at number 14, and this is one guy that was probably, I'm not going to say it was controversial because I didn't hear any really controversy over it, because everybody knows the kid can play. Everybody knows the kid can really play the game of basketball. His nickname is the Wizard for a reason, because he's a wizard with that basketball in his hand. And coming in at number 14, it was Terry Connor Jr. Terry Connor Jr. from Pinson Valley High School, 6-foot point guard. Like I say, man, he is a wizard with the basketball in his hands. His ability to play at his own pace, control pace inside a basketball game, and get to his spots are second to none. Second to none in the state. He's able to get wherever he wants to get on the floor, how he wants to get there. He's one of those small space guys that I always talk about. With his ability to handle against pressure and handle the basketball in small spaces, gives him an advantage, right? Is he the most explosive player in the state? No, he's not. Is he the most athletic person in the state? No, he is not. Does he shoot it the best in the state? Probably not, even though he's a knockdown shooter. However, his intangibles and ability to run a team at the point guard position is something that every coach on the college level is going to want. Regardless of what the eye test tells you, he's one of those guys, when you put the basketball in his hands, he's making things happen. Now, he needs to work on the defensive end. He's going to have to become a better defender. He's going to have to get bigger, faster, stronger. We know this, but that comes with maturity. That comes with maturity, and he's going to get that as he gets older and as he gets on the college program and gets in that college weight program, yada, 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 sis, boom, bada. As he gets to all that, he will mature, get bigger, faster, stronger. But he's going to have to work hard on the defensive end of the floor. Right? Once he becomes a better defender, I believe a lot of those Division I looks will start coming in. Because TC's ability on the offensive end is not what's having him not getting the offers on the Division I level that he's looking for at this moment. Not saying he's not going to get one down the road, because I think he actually will. But here's my thing about it. If he wants to get one now, or get one period, he's going to have to show he can guard. We all know he can play on the offensive end. If he can show he can guard the basketball at a high level and take defense serious, he'll get that look he wants to get. He'll definitely get that look he wants to get, because he has everything else that you want in a point guard to play on the next level, man. But coming in at number 13, man, we got Kyle Layton. Kyle Layton, Mountain Brook High School, another 6-foot combo guard. He's one of those strong body guards, man. We know he's kind of injured right now. He's on the mend. All sounds like he will be back and ready for this season. From what I've heard, he should be good to go at some point during this season, so he won't miss his senior year. He will be ready to go, man. He's a guy who already picked up a Tennessee Tech offer, but he is a little different from TC, the reason he's coming in at 13. He's one of those guys that is that quick twitch motion type guy. He is that explosive guy. He is that fast, in-the-end type guard that really can score the basketball. Right? Yes, he can play the part. We got him listed as a combo. On the next level, he's going to be a point guard. He's going to have to learn how to play more of that point guard position. But as he gets older, as he matures at the program that he's at, as he gets entwined into that system and his body matures even more and he gets bigger, faster, stronger, I believe he is going to be more of that combo guard type guy. He's going to be one of those guys that coaches are going to look for to give them buckets. Not so much like a TC, who's somebody they're going to look to really orchestrate the offense and be the extension of the coach out on the floor. They're going to look for Kyle to get buckets. All right? He is one of those guys that is in the mold of a scorer. All right? He's a 6-foot scorer. He gets buckets in bunches. So I believe once he gets to the next level, he's going to be one of those guys that coaches are going to look at. They're going to ask him, hey, man, we need you to put the basketball in the hole. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to be 16, 17, 18 points a game by his junior, senior year. I really see him as that type of potential with his body structure, with his skill set, with what he does on the basketball court right now. I believe in 2, 3, 4 years down the road, he's going to be one of those guys that's just straight filling it up on the college level. I mean, just straight getting buckets because that's who he is. But coming in at number 12, man, we got Cameron Johnson, one half of the Johnson twins, man. This is the only Johnson twin that made it into the lottery rankings. And a lot of people like, well, man, how y'all have one end and don't have the other? And it's splitting hairs. All right, it's splitting hairs. We could have easily had Caden at 14, 13, or 11 or 10, right? Or at 12. We could have had them anywhere in there, all right? But understand he's coming. He's coming. He's right outside. I'm not going to tell you where because we are going to drop those rankings. We're going to drop the rest of them on Prep Hoops Alabama. Be on the lookout. I think they might be coming out tomorrow, which is today. I think they might be dropping today. I got to get with Drake to see if we're going to drop those today on Prep Hoops Alabama. That's right, man. If you see the rankings on Prep Hoops Alabama. Yeah, that's us. But I'll continue. Coming in number 12, Cameron Johnson, 6'5", and I'm gonna tell you, he's more of a point forward, right? He's one of them that he handles that basketball a lot. He's one of those guys that you don't mind giving him the ball. Combo forward, all right? He can play that wing position. He's gonna play that wing position on the next level. Now he's one of the top guys that I got to question throughout these rankings about. What level do you see him as, right? I got calls from, when we dropped the rankings, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all remember last week was full transparency, right? If last week was full transparency, I'm going to be even more transparent with you right now. Last week after we dropped the rankings, right? I didn't call them. I got calls from 6 Division I coaches. 3 of them, 3 additional Division I coaches. So that's 9 total I talked to through text. I talked to at least almost double digits of Division I coaches last week about these rankings. And he was the number 1 guy that coaches asked me, what level do you see him as? Do you see him or do you see them playing for us? I had at least 6 coaches ask me that. Division I coaches asked me about Cameron Johnson. And I told them what I thought. Gonna have to get stronger. Gonna have to shoot it better. But it's a total guy that you can put on your team right now and can guard 1 through 3 and maybe even small ball 4s right now. Yes, he's gonna have to get bigger, faster, stronger. He's gonna have to get in that weight room. But the thing about it is, he's going to be able to guard because he has incredible athleticism. He has a long wingspan, and he can guard anywhere on that perimeter. He's deadly going downhill in transition. He can handle the ball a lot more. So if you have one of those teams that struggles with your ball handling duties from your guard position, he's one of those guys that's going to be able to help you out in the ball handling area. All right? I'm not saying he's going to be your point guard. Don't bring him in thinking, okay, I'm going to be able to give this guy the ball and he's going to be a pseudo point guard for us. No, he's going to be a pressure release guy, meaning he's going to be your second or third guard that's on the floor that is going to be able to handle some of that pressure against very good defensive teams. So that's going to be interesting. So I told him exactly that. That's what you're looking for when you look at Cameron and Caden Johnson. Look at them as such, right? You need them. If you need a wing defender, if you need a guy who can help out with ball handling, you need somebody who's going to work hard, you're going to have to develop that jump shot, you're going to have to get strong. But he deserves to fall right where he falls, right here at number 12 in the iBall Terry Drake lottery rankings. But coming in at number 11, Zach Gray. Zach Gray. I'm going to tell y'all like this. I'm expecting Zach Gray's recruitment to skyrocket coming up this basketball season. I expect it to skyrocket coming up this basketball season. 6'6" and is a shooting guard, right? I will list him as a shooting guard. I've seen some people try to say he's a small forward, and we understand. We play positionless basketball nowadays. But however, Zach is a guy you can run off down screens. You can run off pin downs. You can run off cross screens. You can put in the side pick and rolls and he's able to make things happen. He's a guy that can shoot it off the catch or off the dribble. He is a shooter with very good athleticism. right? Long, can guard. He's one of those guys that I feel coming up this season at Spain Park, he's going to get an opportunity. He had to play behind Cameron Johnson 2 years ago. He came on last year still with a whole bunch of seniors in front of him, and now it's his show. Now he is the guy on this team that we're going to look to for every single night to be putting on. He's going to have to put up numbers. He's going to have the opportunity. Coach Lash is going to give him the opportunity to put on like that each and every night. He's going to have to do it. And once he does for Spain Park and have them in contention in that tough 7A division, and that's Class 7A, what we already talked about several times, that is incredibly tough. If that's the case, he's going to have to be one of those guys that steps up. And once he does do that, you'll see his recruitment skyrocket coming up this season. Division I guy, in my opinion, for sure. You can see him playing. Listen, he reminds me of a little bit bigger Kobe McAllister from the class of 2021, right? No, Kobe was class of 2022. He reminds me of that. A little bit bigger. Kobe's about 6'5". Zach is about 6'6", but that shooter that can play off the dribble, that plays hard, that has good athleticism. Kobe's at the center, Division I. Zach Gray is in that mold, and in my opinion, will also be on the Division I level come next basketball season. Coming in at number 10, the shooter, man. Plainview High School. This kid's a winner. Straight up, 6'5", small forward, shooting guard. Wherever you want to place him at on the next level, he will be a shooting guard. He's going to have to work on that lateral quickness, lateral footwork. But we're talking about Luke Smith. We're talking about Luke Smith, Plainview High School. Listen, like I said, the kid is a winner. The kid is a straight-up winner, and he can get buckets. He is a tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar player. Listen, when he's on the court, he's playing hard, right? He's one of those guys that puts up crazy numbers because he's always playing hard, right? Now, him and Zach, we've had this conversation. Me and Coach Chill Will had this conversation just last week, talking about, hey, this one coach might like a guy, another coach might like the other guy, right? And then they got to talk it out, and they got to decide between the two. That's the same thing with number 10 and number 11, right? You can put really these rankings, you can interchange any of them, right? Because Luke Smith's that guy. He's won. He showed he's a winner. And not only has he shown he's a winner, he's shown he's capable of being the best player on a winning team. Right? He's going to get his buckets. He has good size at 6'5". He can score it on the inside. He can score it on the outside. Like I mentioned, he's going to have to move out even more on that perimeter. On the 3A level, he's able to have to play down low. He's bigger than a lot of guys. He's able to power up. But on the next level, he's going to have to move his game permanently out to that wing. So he's going to have to work on that lateral quickness and continue to knock down that jump shot. As he continues to do that, get stronger, he's going to be a better player once he gets to the next level. Coming in at number 9, man, Thomas Dowd, 6'7", small forward from Dothan. The Troy commit, big time pickup for Troy. This kid, and like I said, we were talking about Luke Smith and how he is always playing hard when he's on the court. Thomas Dowd is that also, but I'm here to tell you, Bubba. I'm here to tell you, this kid plays hard every single second he's on the court. And I know for a fact that's what Coach Scott Cross loves about him. At 6'7", he's long, a wing. He can, listen, he plays a lot better in that mid-post. In my opinion, once he gets to Troy, as he continues to grow, I think he's going to be more of that 3-4 hybrid type guy. He is going to play the 4 on the next level in that offense for Coach Scott Cross. And he's one of those guys that's going to be a hard-nosed player. He's going to get in there and battle for rebounds. He's going to get in there and be tough in pick and rolls. He's going to be able to hedge and switch. With a guy like him playing the 4, you're going to be able to do a lot of things on the defensive end when it comes to switching and playing other types of zones and playing fast, extending your defense up across half court, because you got athletes on the wing and on the back end that can make plays in transition on the defensive end. So he's going to be very valuable of a player for Coach Scott Cross, that he can move around and use in a bunch of different ways, and he can also make shots. All right, he can also score the basketball. Like I said, he's more effective in that mid-post area where he's able to catch and shoot over the top of smaller guys or go around bigger guys in 1 or 2 dribbles and finish. He's not a guy that you're going to put out on the perimeter and ask him to go one-on-one. Hey, put this basketball on the floor and go one-on-one and get me a bucket. That's not his game. All right, but he's going to be very valuable for a Troy team going forward with a guy with his size and his ability and skill set to do a lot of things on both ends of the floor. He's going to be a mismatch nightmare. All right, because you're not, if you put one of those 6'9", 6'10" guys on him that is a little bit more laboring, he's going to blow right by him. Or he's going to be able to take him out on the perimeter and knock down shots. He's going to be a 3-and-D hybrid 4 type of guy once he gets to Troy. All right, once he gets to Troy. So that's a good pickup for Coach Scott Cross and the Troy Trojans, even though they got more guys in here that they're probably going to pick up. Coming in at number 8, Jamari Arnold, man. 5'10", combo guard, Huntsville High School. And, man, we talk about man-man a lot. We talk about man-man a lot on this platform. He's a straight-up bucket. He's a guy that can score the basketball from the point guard position. All right. Not only, we got him listed as a combo because of his ability to score. And like I say, we play positionless basketball nowadays. However, he's one of those guys that just like, in the same mold of a Kyle Lathan, he's one of those guys that you can go out there and say, okay, I'm going to put you on the court. Say I got a bigger point guard. I'm going to put you on the court with this bigger point guard, somebody who's more of a pass-first guy. I can put you on the court where you can handle some of those ball-handling duties, but once we get into the half court, you're somebody I can put on the island and go get me a bucket. And that's who Jamari is. Man can straight put you on the island and get you a bucket in one-on-one play. He's a little bit bigger than 5'10", in my opinion. I think he's more around that 5'11", closer to 6-foot range. He has done some growing over the summer, so I would up him a little bit and put him around 6 feet. But listen, a straight-up bucket. He's a guy that you're going to be able to put the basketball in his hands and say, go get me a bucket. Go run my offense. Go be an extension of the coach. His value on the other end is going to be invaluable, right? His value is going to be invaluable. But here's the thing about it. He's played so much high-level basketball. This kid has played a lot of high-level basketball already. So he's going to be able to understand the bright lights. He's going to be able to play underneath the bright lights. That's not going to get to him. Playing on the Division I level and moving up in levels is not going to get to him. He's played a lot of AAU basketball. He's done very well against that competition, especially this past summer, playing with the Atlanta Express alongside Ja'Kai Newton and also Stephon Castile. Playing on that Atlanta Express team with those guys, Stephon's 23, I think Ja'Kai's in the 40s. Man ran the point guard for that team. Held his own every single tournament against some of the best guards in the country. That's why he's here at number 8. That's why he's a top 10 guy, because of his ability to score the basketball and his ability to not be afraid of the bright lights. If y'all think back just to last season when they were in that rivalry game against Grissom, when he knocked down the 3 to win the basketball game, one of the most epic moments from last basketball season, that lets you know he got ice water in his veins. He's a big-time player. The bright lights won't be too bright for him. And don't worry about his size, because he is growing, but he's a straight-up bucket. And it's a lot of value in man coming in at number 8. Man, with the 7th overall pick, y'all know how we do it. With the 7th overall pick, man, we got Carson Muse. 6'6" shooting guard, man. This kid's a straight bucket. I love watching him play. All right? I love watching him play. He's a lot more athletic than people give him credit for. All right? He's a lot more athletic than people give him credit for. He does a good job of popping up and listen, he does a good job in pick and pop situations. I watched him play with Team Parsons this summer, and they kind of had him in that hybrid 3-4 position. And man, he was killer. Once he gets to the next level, he's going to be a wing. He's going to be a shooting guard. I see him more at that shooting guard. I see him as a guy who's going to be out there knocking down shots, being able to stretch the defense with his 3-ball, being able to be a mismatch with his size at 6'6", playing at the guard position. I wouldn't say he's going to be somebody that you're going to put a lot of ball handling duties on, right? However, with his ability and size, you can move him to a lot of places. And like I said, he's played that 4 position coming from West Morgan High School, the smallest school here in Alabama. He's had to play more around the basket. He's had to play a bigger role because of his size. And that gave him a different skill set. However, his ability to score from the perimeter is second to none. Another D1 kid. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're making the 14, you buy a D1 kid, in our opinion. Right? That's why we do it. If you're a lottery kid, that's just what we say. That's our opinion, right? But Carson Muse is one of those guys, man. Be on the lookout for his recruitment to pop through the roof coming up here very shortly also. Coming up at number 6, man. Number 6 pick. Number 6, Carrington Keel, the lefty from Ramsey High School. 6'5", 6'5" small forward. Another Troy commit, another Scott Cross pickup. And I'm going to tell you, this kid's game has evolved over the last several years. I mean, his game has evolved a lot over the past several years. His ability to turn himself from a guy who people put, because he was bigger at a younger age, people put him around the basket, right? They wanted to set him around the basket. And I'm going to be, this is a little something funny, man. This is a side note. I remember 2 years ago, somebody told me he was 6'7". He ain't 6'7", but he's around that 6'5", 6'6" range, and I'm going to tell you, he's going to be a scorer on the next level in Troy. I have loved his evolution, like I mentioned, of his game. He has turned himself into a guard. This kid can put it on the floor. He can beat you in one-on-one situations. He can knock down the 3-ball. He can get you in the mid-range and shoot over top of you. He's extremely athletic. He's extremely long, so he's going to be able to guard on both ends and guard multiple positions out on the perimeter. So I love everything that he has turned into. But I'm going to tell you what I want to see from him this year. I want to see him win. I want to see him step onto the basketball court and say, I'm the best player on the court, and I am going to win a state championship. Whoever you have is not good enough to beat me. All right? Ramsey has some pieces. Jalen Jones is there. The Montevallo commit. They got some pieces there. But I want to see Carrington step up and say, I'm that guy. I'm too good for y'all to beat me. He's been to the state championship 2 years in a row in Class 5A. In 2 years, he's lost. He has to get it done this season. Does that have anything to do with how good of a player he is? No, because he is a very good player whether he wins or loses this upcoming season. I just want to see him take on that winner's mentality of I'm not going to lose. Because he has the skill set with his ability to put it on the floor and score in transition, score in the half court, shoot the 3-ball. Listen, he can do it all. He can do it all. I want to see him get it done for Ramsey this year. All right, man, we're jumping into the top 5 with the number 5 pick, man, coming in. Izzy Miles, Grissom High School. Like I said, this kid has had the highest projection of anybody within the class of 2023 since I first started evaluating this class. Like I said, when I first started evaluating this class, I had Izzy in the backside of the 30s. All right? And then I kept watching him play. Kept watching him play, and he kept developing. He grew, right? He got some size on him. His bounce came. His point guard instincts came about him, right? His body changed. His body began to change. So hey, listen, he started climbing the ladder. Next thing you know, he was in the 20s. Next thing you know, he was in the teens. Next thing you know, he was in the pre-teens. Now he in at number 5. That's right, man. He's a top 5 prospect. He's picked up a Troy offer. He has interest from, I know he had interest from South Alabama, Tennessee Tech. So he does have those D1s on his line. He will be a Division I player. Coach Chilwell is extremely high on Izzy Miles. I mean, extremely high on Izzy Miles. He has been screaming Izzy Miles' name all summer long. I think that's been his favorite player. And just like I mentioned, one of the top guys that has skyrocketed up the rankings over the last several years. He is very much deserving of this number 5 spot. Where he ends up, still to be determined. 6'2" combo guard. Coach Chilwell puts him more as a point guard. I put him as either or. Like I said, he's going to be one of those guys that can also help you with your ball handling duties, but he can also score, and he's also an athlete, bouncing out his shoes, jumping out the gym, catching alley-oops. He's one of those type of players where you can run him off back screens and throw him lobs in the half court. All right? He's one of those type guys. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes, to see where he projects to on that level, whether he's going to be a scoring combo guard or if they're going to lean on him to be more of a point guard. Coach Chilwell thinks he can play that point guard position on the next level. So do I. But I think that he also has the ability, if he focuses on just getting buckets, He can be a bucket getter on the next level. Will he project more to the point guard level? Yes, but he can straight up get buckets. So he's going to be a great pickup for whoever picks him up. Now here's the crazy part about it, man. As we wind down and we jump into the last 4 picks of the iBall with Terry Drake lottery rankings, man, I will say this. It gets interesting because all of these guys are locked in. Every single one of them. And a cool thing about, well, I don't know how cool it is for recruiters, for colleges, I guess for the colleges that got them, it's great. But if you go through these lottery rankings, man, once you get here to number 6, outside of Izzy Miles, especially these top 4 guys, are already locked up. All these guys are already committed. How often does that happen that you got all of the top guys before their senior seasons already locked up? The only guy that can be recruited in the top 5 is Izzy Miles. Now, let me rephrase that. Now, they can be recruited because a lot of these coaches are still going to be calling these guys. We know how this recruiting game goes, a dirty game, man. I guarantee these guys' phones aren't going to stop ringing that often. They might not get as many calls, but they're going to still get calls. Please believe me. Are you happy? They still taking care of you? Understand, they don't ever take care of you. We still here. Please believe me, that's going to go on. I'm sure it goes on every day. But coming in at number 4, man, Wynn Miller, 6'3", combo guard, Vestavia Hills, Belmont commit. Belmont commit. Like I mentioned before, man, Wynn Miller is going to be able to step on campus and play immediately. He's going to be able to play the day he gets on campus at Belmont. He has all the skills to play right now on that level. You can put him at any guard position you want to. You want him in the scoring position, tell him to go get buckets, he can go do that. You need him to run your team and control play, pace, and get everybody else involved, play in the point guard position, he can do that. You need him to go play in transition and be a guy who gets out on the wing and scores going downhill and looks to just get buckets, he can do that. If you need him to dunk on somebody, he can do that. He has everything you want in your bag to be on the way to Belmont. Belmont got to steal with this one. He can flat out score the basketball. Probably the best shooter in this class. If we were to have a 3-point contest, I might be picking, I don't know, I'm either going TC or Wynn Miller. If we're going traditional 3-point competition, I'm probably going TC or Wynn Miller out of our lottery rankings. Because the kid Wynn Miller can straight fill it up. He doesn't have a lot of holes in his game. He's a competitor. He's going to compete on the defensive end. He has a very good body. He stands at 6'3", so he has very good size. It's not much. It's not many holes in Wynn Miller's game. It's pretty solid. And like I say, Belmont got a steal coming in at number 4 with Wynn Miller. All right, man, coming in at number 3. At number 3, we got that guy, Alex Odom. Another 6'3", point guard, headed to Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State got a steal. He's a small space guy. I love watching Alex Odom play. About 3 years ago, when I first started evaluating this class, maybe 4 years ago, I wrote an article for Prep Hoops Alabama. And at the time, I just dropped a watch list, 2023 watch list. They weren't even getting ranked yet. I dropped a 2023 watch list. And in that article that I wrote for Prep Hoops Alabama, I said that Alex Odom had the potential to be the number 1 player in the state by their senior year. I wasn't far off. He developed into exactly what I thought he was going to be. Coming in at 6'3" from Piedmont High School, point guard, small space guy, can score it, has great vision. He is a hell of a passer. That's one of his underrated, and that was one of, also, I didn't say that about TC, but he's one of those guys too, a hell of a passer. Being a overrated passer is an underrated skill, right? A person who can really hand that ball out and get people the basketball in positions where they can be successful. That's what equates to a very good passer. Somebody who can get them basketball in a way where you can be successful. I'm not going to pass the ball to my 6'10" bubbly guy out on the perimeter in the fast break, knowing when he catches it, he can't do nothing with it. High IQ guy. He is an extremely high IQ guy that's going to step on campus immediately and be in contention for that starting point guard position in Jacksonville State. I don't know what Jacksonville State got. I don't know what they got there. I don't know what they're getting at the transfer portal. But I know when Alex Odom gets on campus, he's going to be one of those guys the coach is going to put that basketball in his hand. They're not going to have a choice because he's going to be able to get it done. You might just say, hey, I need you to just run the offense. I need you to come get all these other athletes involved. He's going to be able to do that. I need you to be able to knock down open shots when they overplay. He's going to be able to do that. I need you to be able to stretch the defense with shooting the basketball with range. He's going to be able to do that. So that's a great pickup for Jacksonville State. Coming in number 3, Alex Odom. All right, man, we're down to our top 2. Number 2, drum roll. Y'all know who it is. John Broome, man. Coming in at number 2 pick, man. John Broome, 6'5" shooting guard, Jacksonville High School. Never met a shot he ain't like. The kid can straight out, flat out shoot it. He is a scorer. If you remember last year, kicking off that season, man, they started off the season, he had a 50-point game. He had a 50-point game out the gate last year, just with his ability to score. He's one of those guys that lives in transition. I mean, he lives in transition. He's also a guy that can play in the half court, in the pick and roll, that can find guys and score. He can knock down shots from anywhere on the court. And like I said, he's one of those guys that's going to seek buckets. It is a skill to seek buckets. When you're a guy who can go out there and get up multiple shots, it's hard a lot of times for a lot of guys to be volume shooters. It's not easy to be a volume shooter. That's a skill, to be able to get up good quality shots that you can make that helps your team win. It's a lot of guys that can go up there and jack up a lot of shots and help the team lose by taking bad shots. John Broome is the exact opposite of that. He's a guy that can help you by getting up shots. He is a guy that seeks shots often. So when he gets to South Alabama, the South Alabama commit, Richie Riley then got them a guy that's going to be a bucket. He's going to be a prototypical 2 guard on the next level. You're going to be able to do everything that you want to do in your offense with the guys coming off. You're going to be able to do with John Broome. Down screens, cross screens, pin downs, pick and roll action, side pick and roll action, delayed screens, single doubles, whatever it is, you're going to be able to do with John Broome because he's going to be one of those guys that he can score in the mid-range, he can score going downhill, and he can score coming off screens. Listen, if you got a guy that you can set a pin down for, and he can come off there at 6'5" and be able to elevate and shoot that shot without a lot of space, that's a skill. He's going to be able to do that once he steps on campus in Mobile in South Alabama. But man, coming in at number 1, Grissom High School, 6'4" point guard, R.J. Johnson. R.J. just committed this past Friday. And where did he go? The University of Alabama. That's right, man. R.J. chose Alabama over Georgia, man. Big pickup for Coach Nate Oates, man. He's one of those guys that's going to come in. His body, we already know. We know right now. His body is ready to go play right now at Alabama. He can compete body-wise right now at the University of Alabama this upcoming season. He's going to be ready to play. Like I said, his skill set is something, as he continues to develop, he's going to be a pro. If Nate Oates them continue to develop him, if Coach Petway can continue to develop this kid into what they want, mold him into a pro, which he is very easily can be molded into, that's what he's going to be. And that's why we got him number 1 in the iBall with Terry Drake lottery rankings. He does it all. He can handle it. He can score it. He's played on a high level running with the Georgia Stars this past summer on the EYBL. He had huge games. He's crazy athletic, and he is a tank. He is going to be able to endure any kind of physicality on the next level. He's going to be able to hold up. From the point guard position, from the shooting guard position, from the combo guard position, wherever you want to play him, wherever you want to do with him, you're going to be able to do once you get him on the capstone. Once you get him on campus at the University of Alabama, he's going to be able to do whatever Coach Nate Oates and that staff wants him to do. He's a much better shooter than people give him credit for because he's such a tank and he's so good going downhill on a high school level. Why the hell do you need to shoot a lot of three-pointers? If he's shooting a lot of three-pointers, guess what we're going to say? He's bailing him out. He's bailing him out. But he's a much better shooter than people give him credit for. That's why we got him in here at number 1. Because his ability to shoot the basketball from the 3-point range, his ability to stretch the defense is very underrated. He doesn't have to do it a lot, but on that Georgia Stars team this summer out there on that EYBL circuit with all those other top athletes, he showed that he's able to shoot the basketball. He was able to knock down, especially in catch-and-shoot situations. And that's what Alabama's going to need him as. They're going to need him in catch-and-shoot situations. They're not going to need him to be able to break somebody off the dribble and pull up and shoot jump shots. They're going to need him when he passes the ball, he goes to the corner, he floats up, and they shoot it out to him on a penetrating kick. He needs to be able to knock down that shot, and he's more than capable of doing that. And that the jump shot is going to develop with that work he's going to get once he gets to the University of Alabama. It's going to be very interesting to see because I'm telling y'all right now, I got R.J. Johnson projected as a pro. Did I say NBA one and done guy? No. I believe in 2 to 3 to 4 years, we're going to see R.J. Johnson playing pro basketball. Whether that be G League, whether that be in the NBA, we're going to see him with an opportunity as he continues to get better. Mark my words, you heard it right here on the iBall podcast. But man, we're going to get up out of here for tonight, man. I just wanted to come in, and since we dropped that last week, I wanted to come in and give y'all my personal breakdown of each and every guy that we put in the 14 for the iBall with Terry Drake lottery rankings. Don't worry, class of 2024, y'all up next. 2024, y'all are up next, coming here in the next week or so. We're not going to hold y'all off long. We're coming right back with the 2024, and right after that, we're coming with 2025. And then the 2026 watch list. So stay on the lookout, man. Listen, it's a lot of events going on. It's a lot going on. We're about to be out there on that road because the phone calls are coming in and the bookings are going up. Me and Terry Drake, Coach Chillwill, Breezy, we will be out on the road. If you want to bring us to your event, that's high school event, anything, hit the line, like I say every week, hit the DM, book us up, and we'll come turn up your event. We're bringing the whole podcast, man. We're bringing everything. We're bringing the writing. We're bringing the podcast. We're bringing the evaluation. We're bringing the photography. We're bringing the videographer. We're bringing the whole shebang. If y'all want us, book us. Holla at us. Because the schedule's filling up. And yesterday's price is not today's price. Just want to let y'all know that yesterday's price will not be today's price. So get in now if y'all want us to come turn up y'all event, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure y'all go follow me on all social media at iBall Radio on Instagram and Twitter. That's at iBall Radio, Instagram and Twitter. Also on Instagram and Twitter at _Real Talk Tees. Also iBall _TDB on Instagram and Twitter. That's iBall _TDB, and on Twitter at Coach _iBall, and on Instagram at Guard Your Man. But y'all already know, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this breakdown of the iBall Terry Drake 2023 lottery rankings that I put on y'all tonight, man. Stay tuned, man. We got the live coming up tomorrow night on Instagram Live, me and Terry Drake. So make sure y'all tune in for that. I ain't gonna tell y'all what we're talking here. We got a surprise for y'all. But tune in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Instagram Live. You can either go to my Instagram at iBall Radio, go to Terry Drake's at ITJ Drake on Instagram, man. But until next week, you guys go out and be great. In order to be great, make sure you do something great for somebody else. And y'all already know, they call me Coach because I teach you how to ball. Until next week, I'm out. Peace.